let's unpack this. We often hear about places being renamed, right? But rarely do we really get the full story behind why or, who is being honored. Today, we're doing just that. We're taking a deep dive into a really significant change at a major U.S. Army installation in Virginia.
Yeah, this one's important.
It really is. We're talking about the base, formerly known as Fort Lee. It's been renamed. Oh. And it's honoring a Medal of Honor recipient, a Buffalo soldier.
Quite a story there.
Absolutely. And all the details we're getting into today, they come from a recent piece by Erica Gillespie and Jefferson Wolf. It was published by the U.S. Army just recently, July 11th, 2025.
Right. Very current.
So our mission really is to explore the incredible story of the person behind this new name and to understand the kind of historical significance of it all. What does it tell us about values, legacy, community?
And what's fascinating, I think, is that this isn't just some symbolic thing on paper.
Right.
The ceremony they held July 11th at the Ordnance Training Support Facility, they actually unveiled new signs.
Physical signs.
Showing the new name, Fort Lee, for all the garrison access points. And it wasn't just the main installation name either.
Oh.
Sustainment Gate. That's now Lee Gate. Sustainment Avenue, now Lee Avenue. So it's a very tangible shift, Directly tied to the history we're about to get into.
That immediate physical change really does ground it, doesn't it? It makes it very present.
Exactly.
And speaking of profound, I think the real surprise for many might be who this Lee actually is. We're not talking about Robert E. Lee here.
No, definitely not. A different Lee entirely.
We're talking about Private Fitz Lee, a man whose courage, it earned him the nation's highest military honor, the Medal of Honor. He enlisted way back in 1889 as a private. Served with the 10th Cavalry.
Ah, the Buffalo Soldiers.
The Buffalo Soldiers. Many people will know that name.
That's right. And the Buffalo Soldiers, they hold such a crucial place in American military history. I mean, these were African-American regiments formed after the Civil War.
Trailblazers, really.
Absolute trailblazers. They faced enormous prejudice, but served with incredible distinction, proved themselves over and over again.
Yeah.
So Private Fitz Lee's service with the 10th Cavalry, especially during the Spanish-American War, that really sets the stage for his extraordinary act of courage.
Colonel Rich Bendelowski, he's the garrison commander there now.
Right, Bendelowski.
He highlighted that, didn't he? Honoring someone with ties to Dinwiddie County, a Buffalo soldier, Medal of Honor recipient. It connects all these threads.
Exactly. It connects to a very specific, very important part of the American experience.
Okay, so that context on the Buffalo soldiers is vital. It underlines the extraordinary circumstances Private Fitz Lee was operating under.
Definitely.
So tell us then, how did his bravery lead to the Medal of Honor? What was this specific moment?
Well, the scene is Cuba, June 1898, Spanish-American War.
Okay.
As Fitz Lee and others were boarding transport ships, he and about 50 other troopers, they get picked for a really sensitive assignment.
Sounds serious.
Oh, it was. The mission was to go deep behind enemy lines. Their job. Reinforce and resupply Cuban fighters who were fighting for liberation from Spain.
Wow. So not a standard deployment at all. High stakes infiltration.
Extremely high stakes. Hostile territory. Very dangerous.
And the climax of this mission, that's what earned him the medal, right? What happened?
Right. So the critical moment comes on June 30th, 1898. You have Cuban freedom fighters, some American volunteers. They're on the USS Florida. They try an amphibious landing at a place called Tayacoba, Cuba, but they immediately run into Spanish soldiers from a nearby blockhouse. Heavy fire.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the situation just falls apart quickly. The Cubans and Americans are forced back, but a group of wounded comrades gets left behind on the beach, still under fire.
Left behind? That's terrible.
Terrible. And they tried to get them. 4 rescue attempts failed. The commanders, they decided, okay, one last try. It was pretty much a desperate last-ditch effort.
A desperate call. And this is where Private Fitz Lee steps up.
This is where his story just becomes incredible. 4 individuals answered that call. Private Fitz Lee was one of them.
Just 4.
4 Buffalo soldiers. Imagine it. They row ashore into intense, continuous small arms fire, just constant bullets whizzing past.
Unbelievable courage.
It wasn't a quick dash either. They pushed through that gunfire, found the wounded survivors, and somehow, against all odds, brought them back safely to the ship, the USS Florida.
Wow.
Major General Michelle Donahue, she's the commanding general now at the Combined Arms Support Command in Fort Lee.
Right.
She spoke about this. She said, that kind of courage, deliberate deliberate, determined, and selfless defines the very best of our Army.
Deliberate, determined, and selfless. That captures it perfectly.
And she emphasized, PBT Lee didn't act for recognition. He acted because it was the right thing to do, because that's what soldiers do. Pure duty and bravery.
Facing that level of fire, going back in for wounded comrades. It truly is that deliberate, determined, selfless courage she talked about.
Yeah.
Just an incredible act. What happened to him after that, after such a harrowing experience?
Well, sadly, Lee's health really declined quickly after that mission.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He actually received his Medal of Honor while he was in the hospital. That was June 23rd, 1899 at Fort Bliss, Texas, almost a year after the event itself.
So we got the recognition at least.
He did. But then he was medically discharged very soon after, July 5, 1899. He moved to Leavenworth, Kansas, lived with some fellow retired Buffalo soldiers there.
Okay.
But he passed away very, very shortly after that, September 14th, 1899. He was buried with full military honors at Fort Leavenworth National Cemetery. His heroism was recognized, but his life was tragically cut short.
Such a short time after such bravery. And what makes this renaming even more, poignant is a local connection, right?
Absolutely. That's a huge part of this.
Private Fitz Lee. He was born in Dinwiddie County, Virginia, June 1866. That's just a few miles from the very installation that now bears his name.
Exactly. It brings it home, literally.
So it's not just honoring a soldier, it's honoring a son of that community, which feels very significant. This renaming, it feels like it's not just about adding a hero, but also about, reevaluating history, isn't it? Who we choose to lift up.
You really hit on something crucial there.
What does that tell us about how the Army sees its own legacy now, how it's evolving?
Well, I think it serves as a really powerful example of something Kevin Massengill, the Dinwiddie County administrator, said.
Well, there.
He put it beautifully. A name is never just a name. It's a reflection of our values, our history, and our aspirations.
Values, history, aspirations. That sums it up.
It's a conscious choice, isn't it? To literally write courage and selfless service onto the land itself, and connecting the base directly to a native son who embodies those exact values. Massengill also pointed out, for over a century, people from Dinwiddie have served there, worked there, supported the mission. So now, by bearing the name of one of their own, the installation tells a story rooted right there in that land. A story about a chosen legacy.
Chosen legacy, I like that.
And it's also really important to note, Major General Donahue was careful to acknowledge the previous namesakes too. Lieutenant General Arthur Gregg, Lieutenant Colonel Charity Adams.
Okay, good.
She praised their pioneering service. She explicitly said, their stories will remain vital parts of this installation and our museum collections. So it's not about erasing history.
Right.
It's about adding a new, deeply resonant chapter, one that really reflects the enduring values the Army wants to embody going forward.
That's a perfect way to put it. This deep dive really shows how identity, history, aspirations, they're all tied up in the names we choose to uphold. Private Fitz Lee's story, his bravery, his humility, that unwavering commitment Major General Donahue talked about, it's now explicitly part of the identity of this place. Part of the local community's identity, too.
Absolutely. It deepens the connection, both to the local heritage and to the Army's core values. And Major General Donahue sort of wrapped it up by saying, Fort Lee will continue to be a place where soldiers are forged, leaders are developed, and the strength of our Army is sustained. It's a powerful statement about the future, really.
Built on enduring values in this newly honored history.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean for you listening? This story, Fort Lee's renaming to honor Private Fitz Lee, local Dinwiddie son, Buffalo soldier. It brings up a pretty important question, I think. What stories, what values do the names in your own life represent? Think about places, institutions, maybe even family names. How do those chosen legacies actively shape our present and our future?
That's a great point.
Yeah, maybe consider the deliberate act of naming or renaming as this really profound statement about who we are, where we come from, and what kind of future we hope to build.